It's a stadium so big you can easily spot it flying into Dallas-Fort Worth for a game. This is AT&T Stadium here in Arlington. Young Kwaku has it all teed up. And off we go from Dallas. Brings in the kick at the 9. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Prescott opening with a pass. Oh, it's intercepted. What a start. Jesse Bates in to pick it off. Well, Brock, if the goal was to set the tone that you're going to be aggressive all game, I would say mission accomplished. But might be tough to connect on a lot of those against a defense that came ready to play.
Yeah, they were not caught off guard for a second, Kate. They know this offense likes to be aggressive, and dare I say, they may have been expecting that deep shot on the opening snap.
Nabbed by Kyle Pitts. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. They fake the handoff. Now Cousins. Pass is caught. That's Darnell Mooney. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Cousins. Oh, that's a tough one. Couldn't bring in the touchdown clean. It falls incomplete. It's going to be 2nd down.
Oh, that's a major missed opportunity right there. Coverage can breathe a little sigh of relief. They dodged a bullet. Time to adjust and get some extra help on the back end to take away those open shots downfield.
London going in motion left. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Cousins has him on the quick hitter. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Malik Hooker with the tackle.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Now Cousins on 3rd and short. Throw reeled in by London. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Now Cousins again. And he has it along the sideline, but he got a little too close to that edge. They're going to say he's out of bounds. We've got 2nd down.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Working from the gun, it's Cousins. He'll get this complete to Pitts. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Cut near the goal line. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal. Motioning the tight end left. Cousins. Completed here to Algier. And in for the Atlanta touchdown. Young Hui Koo on for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Falcons will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Finds some space, he's past the 30. And that'll put him up across the 35-yard line as they begin the series. The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. First down, here's Dak. On the move, headed right. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. That's Justin Simmons. And the Falcons come through with a big play to close out our opening quarter. It's a big momentum swing on the final play of our opening quarter. 7-0 is our score. Back to AT&T Stadium in just a moment. Back for our second quarter. It's Falcons football. They're set up with it after the pick to end the first. On 1st and 10, it's Cousins. Short pass brought in. And they bring him down around the 34.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. On the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
2nd and 3 now. Shotgun snap now to Cousins. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
As much as we talk about offenses wanting to stay ahead of the chains, they want to stay on script. Well, a defense, they want to rip that script up. And a sack like that, creating 3rd and extra longs, it's exactly how you get it done.
Throwing on 3rd, Cousins. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And the Falcons will have a first. Looking to throw, Cousins. It is cut left side. And he's brought down for a loss. We're to the 2-minute warning from AT&T. The Falcons driving. All right, here we go. 2nd down. That's brought in by Mooney. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
They'll run the draw with Robinson. Escapes a defender. And he's in. It's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons grow their lead just before halftime. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. Extra point by Koo is up and good. And the Falcons double their lead to 14. Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. Returnable from the 2. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
There we go.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. Oh, no, they get him yet again. No one around. He's got space. And the Falcons return the interception close to the red zone. He's stopped inside the 25. Oh, man, Brock. Those other leaders.
The address is 1265 Lombardi Avenue. The place is known as Titletown. Welcome inside legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Here now, Younghoe Koo to get us started. And off we go from legendary Lambeau. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback.
Ready.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
Set, ready.
Now the first carry of the game for Josh Jacobs. Here's 2nd and 3 to go.
Green Jack. Down. Striker. 3-3. Ready.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll be near the first down marker. Let's call it a gain of 3, but a short yardage situation coming up on 3rd down.
On the set. Blaster. 6. Here we go. Here we go.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. He's got a man. That's Watson. And he'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
Blue striker. Needle blue. Hut, hut.
On 1st down, it's Love. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. Trying to connect with Romeo Doubs that time. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
Red, cycle. Let's go.
A second down throw for Love. This is intercepted. That's the safety, Richie Grant. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Right to the air, it's Cousins. He'll get this out to the left flat. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. He'll look London's way again. It's complete again.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Pickup of 11 yards on that one. 1st down, Atlanta.
This is how you draw up your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
Pitts is the man in motion. On 1st down, Cousins. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Working out of the gun, it's Cousins. Back to the sideline and intercepted. And he is going to score. A pick 6 for the touchdown. And the defense comes up with the first points of this one. It is a pick 6 to make it a 6-0 lead.
And, Mike, we talked all week which offense was going to be able to strike first and play with the lead. Well, the defense, they had other plans. They're able to put the first points on the board by capitalizing with that pick 6.
$7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. This is taken in at the goal line. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Here's 1st and 10. Play action now. It's Cousins. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front. You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
A pickup of 12 yards. It's good for a Falcon first down. London brought in motion. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Second down and 3. Two minutes remain. First half in a 7-0 game. Back with more from Lambeau Field after this. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Throwing now, Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
They've been a little up and down in this first half. I mean, they have less than 80 yards of total offense and halftime looms. So missed throws like that, those are missed opportunities. They've got to hit the plays when they have them if they want to have a chance to leave here with a win.
Cousins out of the gun on third down. He fires downfield for Pitts. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
And he's out of bounds, but not until he gets inside the 25-yard line. A big play there on fourth down. Good for an even 20. A first down throw for Cousins. Quickly out wide, he'll get it to London. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
Really nice answer to the previous drive from this quarterback. You want to play at this league and you want to play for a long time, you better have a short-term memory because mistakes are going to happen. Really nice job here bouncing back, putting together a promising drive, and he's open to come away with a touchdown of his own.
He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
Good route there.
Off the play fake, here's Cousins. And this one complete on the sideline. Good footwork to stay in bounds, but he is just shy of the first down. And that brings up fourth down.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
Gun.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. To the end zone, it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie out of Texas A&M.
I'm not going to sit here, Mike, and say there's ever a good time to throw a red zone interception, but in this case, it's the first half. You have the rest of the game to get yourself back down here in the red zone and make up for that miscue, because next time they get down here, they got to be a lot more careful when they decide to air it out.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
From the gun, it's Love. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very...
That's going to be intercepted. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the goal line. Nearly a pick 6, but he does set up the offense with 1st and goal.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But, boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
Cousins. And he's going to be dropped. They get to him back at the 15-yard line. Now a timeout, Atlanta. That's their first, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this 1st half. 1st down was not very good. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's Cousins throwing from the pistol. That'll be caught. It's Tyler Algier. And he'll take this to the 13. Falcons go ahead and take their 2nd timeout. Clock will stop just under 30 seconds to go in this 2nd quarter. They go play action with Cousins. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
Doesn't get much better than that. Had he gotten there just a little bit earlier, he probably draws the flag a little late, and it's probably a touchdown.
Cousins throwing on 4th down. And that is not going to work. Incomplete, and they turn it over on downs.
And here we have a real gutsy call here, Mike, early in this game offensively. I think you're giving up a surefire field goal attempt, but at the same time, you're demonstrating to your players, hey, offense, I have a lot of trust in you, and let's see if they have this same approach as the rest of this game plays on.
He's going to uncork one, looking for Wicks. Oh, yeah. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick 6 for touchdown. Well, the guy playing center field, the guy back there watching it all, had all the eyes on him, takes the interception, and goes all the way, Greg, for a very impressive touchdown.
Yeah, Mike, and I just think the quarterback just locked in on his receiver the entire way. And as you said, that center fielder sitting back there, he's just reading the quarterback's eyes. And once he got his hands on that ball, it was nothing but green grass the other way for the pick 6.
He'll swing that out wide, and he takes it into the end zone, so they get 2 more on the board here just before halftime. So, final seconds of this 1st half. Looks like they'll take a lead into the locker room as the kick's away. For the return, it's Keyshawn Nixon. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line.
Okay, ready?
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24.
Come on, set. Hut, hut.
Here's Love to throw. And that's going to be incomplete, but there's a penalty flag on the field. We'll let the officiating crew sort this one out. So we reach halftime, and the visiting Falcons are in the lead. As we'll send you down to Orlando now, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Certainly a tightly contested first half, and you'd expect more of that here in the second half. A one-point game as quarter 3 begins. And that's well done by the kicking team. He's only able to make it past the 15-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Pitts is the man in motion. On 1st and 10, Cousins. And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander.
All right, Mike, you know me. I tend to be an offensive guy, so if we're taking a big shot to start this half, I'm thinking touchdown. But rather, we go interception to begin the second half. Now, still an exciting play. I think we're going to see both sides willing to continue to take these risks, take these chances throughout the rest of this second half.
Ready.
From the gun, here comes Jacobs. And he's going to be taken down.
It's not just the blockers creating yards for him out there. He created most of that yardage on his own, shrugging off the initial tackle attempt and continuing to rumble downfield.
Ball resting on the 9. 1st down and goal.
Here we go. Ready, ready. Hut.
Here's Jacobs. And he will get into the end zone. Josh Jacobs. Touchdown, Green Bay. Greg, they take advantage of the good field position and move it downfield for the score.
When you take the field as an offense, there's a little added confidence boost, Mike, when you see yourself this close to the end zone. You get into the huddle, you're anxious to see what the next couple plays are. They're able to take advantage and end up punching it in.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
So they decide to put the ball in the air, which I don't mind on this 2-point try, but the execution was just a little bit off, and it's not going to work out in their favor this time around.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, it's Robinson. Good job in coverage. They're going to get him down short of the 20-yard line. And their woes in the running game continue. He's going to be taken down behind the line. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Pitts is the man in motion. 2nd down, Cousins. And for the 4th time today, he has been intercepted. Picked off by Javon Bullard. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Mike, there's usually such a comfort level when the guy playing quarterback behind center is a veteran. They've seen a lot of ball. You can trust them to make good decisions. And then every once in a while, one just gets away. And that's just simply a bad ball, a bad mistake. And you're not going to get away with it at this level.
They'll run with Jacobs. He'll get 4 and down inside the 20-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 6.
Set, ready. Slide, 97. Ready.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he is crushed in the backfield. Defenders firing through. Shut it down right away for a loss of yardage.
This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
Down. You, yellow. Ready?
Throwing is Love. And he kept that play alive as long as he could, but the rush eventually gets to him and takes him down. Brandon McManus and the field goal unit come on. This from 45 yards away. McManus's kick is good. And the Packers will extend their third quarter lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
This will be returned from the 2. Now an opening past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Throw over the middle, caught by London. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
So we are... Come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Slot man in motion left. He'll get this to McLeod. And they're going to get this ball down to the 20-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And the Falcons are going to have a 1st and goal. Very nearly a touchdown. He's going to be marked out of bounds just shy of the pylon.
That's a really important pickup there on that last completion. Not only does it set up 1st and goal, but allows everybody in the huddle to just take a deep breath. We're no longer in this frantic offensive possession. Let's get our best play. Let's make sure everyone understands what to do, because we know we need to finish this off with 6. If we...
A hit, and he has lost the football. One of his teammates there to take it back in.
Nearly a disaster there, especially in this area of the field, Mike. You know these guys are reaching for the ball. That is such a priority of every defense around the league. Create turnovers, especially in the red zone. Fortunately for this guy, he gets to get back in the huddle for another crack at it, thanks to some quick thinking and good hustle from one of his own guys.
Cousins now on 2nd down. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Trying to get it to Kyle Pitts. And now 3rd and goal coming up.
Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there, or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the fourth quarter.
Throwing here on 3rd and goal. And he's going to go down, a sack. But we do have a penalty marker on the field. Let's get the call. Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. Now, Cousins. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to take over once again at their own 20-yard line.
All right, Mike, file this play away. If they're able to hold on and pull this game out, we're going to look back on this as the pivotal moment of this game. Oftentimes, it takes that one big moment to sway the outcome of a game, and no bigger play than a pick deep inside your own red zone.
Here we go.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the gain to nothing.
Let's go.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
Clock, 10. Ready.
They'll drop to throw. That'll be caught. It's Josh Jacobs. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line. Whistles here. We have another stoppage. Timeout called by the defense with 1:53 remaining.
And that first down should all but do it, Mike. With only one remaining timeout, the defense just can't stop the clock enough. Got to imagine it's victory formation.
Ready.
We're a couple kneels away from this game being over.
Let's go now.
They'll run it straight ahead with Jacobs. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. Now Love. Here's a screen taken in by Jacobs. You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches.
Ready.
We'll try to run it here with Jacobs. And he will have a Packers first down. He's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the first down.
A run up the middle with Jacobs.
Ready.
They face 2nd down and 7.
Slide through.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Catch made there by Watson. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
A gain of 17 to the 17-yard line. They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10.
Watch out now. 50. Right. White. Hut.
Here's Love. Now he'll run. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play.
And that's exactly how you stress all week, finishing a game. Get the ball and leave no doubt. But that late touchdown, Mike, that should all but just seal this victory away.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. That one's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback. They'll come up for 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Cousins. Oh, the struggles continue. Another interception. That's the linebacker, Quay Walker. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10.
Here we go. Set. Black shot. Hut.
Now Love. He'll take a shot for Watson. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. What a terrific play at the back of the end zone. Greg, that is so hard to do, but something you did during your career. How do the guys pull that off?
Yeah, the key here, Mike, is the concentration to not only see the ball, but then you have to feel the ground. You have to know exactly where you are in the back line of the end zone. And tell you what, this is about as good as it gets. Come down with the ball, 2 feet in bounds, touchdown.
Down to the final few seconds of this one as the kick is away. This one taken at the 7. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this 4th quarter. So, it's a win for the Packers. And it was their defense that led the way as they pitched a shutout in the 2nd half. No point.
First opened in 2017, there's a look at the beautiful state-of-the-art Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta, GA. Younghoe Koo all set to do the honors, and we are underway from Atlanta. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Allen going to go to the air right away. And incomplete to open things up.
We'll have to see what kind of looks this defense is going to throw at them as this game moves along, but they're in a zone to start. I do think we'll see plenty of man coverage as we move along, but the first throw of this one, incomplete.
Allen now looks to throw. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. To the air, Allen. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Allen. And that's incomplete. Not the warmest starts throwing the football. He was 1 for 3, now 1 for 4 on the opening drive.
So getting him comfortable is the key. And for him, it might be different than what we think is comfortable. We're probably thinking swing passes, easy checkdowns. Some guys, they're better off throwing it downfield. That's what really loosens them up.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Down the right sideline. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Amari Cooper, 57 yards. And the Bills put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. So now Allen and the Bills going to stay out and go for 2. They'll look to throw. That's caught. And it's very quickly 8-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Oh, some strong running. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. Play action now. Cousins. He'll get this complete to Charlie Warner. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Cousins. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And this will be caught by Mooney. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Cousins now from the 50. That's complete to the tight end Werner. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. They go play action. Cousins. That's complete to Mooney. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Throwing is Cousins. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. A.J. Epinesa, the one credited for the sack. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage. But right there, they got a good portion of it right back. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. In motion comes the tight end left. Cousins to throw it. Into the hands of London. Pushing his way through. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Drake London, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Falcons are back within a couple of the lead. The Falcons are going to leave the offense out there. They'll go for 2. Cousins will try and throw. Here's a diving catch right side. So 8-8 our score now as he'll send this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other. As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Here's Allen. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Back to throw. Allen. Wide open, Amari Cooper. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Throwing now is Allen. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Allen going to throw. Finding room at midfield. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. The Bills' passing game getting them down the field. They've got another first down. Now Allen again. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Man who played collegiately nearby in Athens for the Bulldogs, James Cook. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Here's Allen to throw it. This to the tight end, Kincaid. And the Bills are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. To throw, it's Allen. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Richie Grant. And nothing but daylight ahead. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
Following the interception, Cousins dumps this one off to Algier. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Play fake. Cousins. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Kyle Pitts from 3 yards out. And the Falcons will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Now a throw here out wide. He might be looking to throw this again. That's going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had him for a second, but the razzle-dazzle will not work out. It's second down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That one deep for London. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Falcons. Drake London in the final seconds of the first half. And the Falcons will extend their lead here just before halftime. The extra point hits the left upright but goes through anyway. And the lead now up to 14. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And you wonder if with Allen's arm, they might just take their chances by dialing up a long one. A final shot before half for Allen. Flush to his right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. A first carry for Tyler Algier. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
This ball down the field for Pitts, and unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
4th down, Cousins. Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. Pick made by Terrell Bernard. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
And that is It's incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
From the gun, it's Allen. Shakir hauls it in, and he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down. Now Allen. Completes to Shakir once again. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Allen now looks to throw. And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Falcons will take over here at their own 12-yard line. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up.
In a city of spectacle and grandeur, the biggest show in town right now is right here, Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. Young Kwenku has it all teed up. And away we go at Allegiant Stadium. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Set, ready. Set.
Throwing on their first play. Buys time, rolling. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
That's the way. That's exactly the way you show a crowd you've got no issues playing on the road. One snap in, you're celebrating a sack while the tens of thousands in the building, well, they watch their guy pick himself up.
His first throw is an interception. That's Justin Simmons. And the Falcons take over after forcing the first turnover of this ball game. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Cousins looking to throw right away here. Brought in right side. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Tracked down by Robert Spillane.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Working from the gun, it's Cousins. Got a man, it's Drake London. And he touched him down as he finds enough to pick up the 1st.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Motioning the tight end now.
Hey, we're good.
Trying again, following the sack. He's got it near the 8. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. They gain 14 on the play. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now. The throw is caught. Touchdown, Atlanta! So our first score of the game here as they cap off that drive with a touchdown.
It's really what you're looking for, Kate, offensively. You want to force the other guys into thinking they need to play a little catch-up right away. So a nice job to get that first score and take early control of this game.
Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. It's Amir Abdullah with the return. And he brought this one almost to midfield before he's tackled.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
Here we go. Ready.
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And they make the tackle at the 38. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's good for a Raiders 1st.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Ready?
On 1st down, they'll run. Broke through the tackle. Free up the middle. It's a breakaway. And that is a touchdown. The Raiders cut it to a lower point on the scoreboard. A game-breaking play there, stunning the defense and giving this offense one for the highlight reel, baby.
Yep, just put another one on there, Kate. He is a threat to score anytime he touches the ball. The defense, well, they had him ready to go. They were ready to body him up in coverage, but receivers today, and we see it all the time, the best of them, they don't just do it through the air. They can use their legs as a weapon. That's a big-time touchdown run.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. He's going to return it from a yard or two deep. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Beginning on the ground with Algier. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Divine Diablo there on the tackle. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the second. We'll return to Allegiant Stadium right after this. Back for our second quarter. It's Falcons football. They'll begin the quarter with 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, Cousins. Throw left side is caught by Pitts. And he's going to be out of bounds just before reaching the 30.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Now there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. It's Algier on 3rd. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. They get 6 and a first down as well. They fake the handoff. Now Cousins. Buying some time right. That throw comes up short. Need a little more muscle on that one. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And now it's 2nd down.
I think more than ever, QBs today are so good at doing this, Kate, buying himself enough time and actually finding a target downfield. Just this time, he couldn't quite make that connection.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Play action now for Cousins. Chased out to his right. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down. London going to motion over right. And they had that one contained right at the line. Stopped by the unmistakable Max Crosby. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
You know, that's one of those plays when you call it, you expect to get decent yards every time. Seeing it stopped at the line, man, that's deflating offensively.
So it's the 2-minute warning here from Allegiant. The Falcons could break this tie for a halftime lead. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Shotgun snap now to Cousins. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders put together a wonderful return. Gets him back inside the 40 following the interception.
That is just a big-time individual effort, Kate, defensively. First, he takes the ball away, and then he's looking for points, right? He turns from defense to offense, and one more move, and he might have broken it to the house.
Let's go now. Ready? Go.
Throwing here, Ritter. Got a man, Bowers has it. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's a Vegas first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
Move the chains! Got to move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Working inside the red zone. And he makes the play. It's a touchdown. But hang on a second. I spy a flag out there, Brock. This could erase that score. So take away that touchdown, at least for now, after the penalty.
Yeah, bad news, points off the board. Good news, you're still inside of that end zone. You got a great chance of putting those points back on the board.
Got to get out of their own way here as they're backed up 1st and goal.
Ready.
A tight end in motion now.
Hut, hut.
Ritter setting up to throw. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders get some late points and the lead. Brock Bowers, the touchdown. Carlson to tack on the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Raiders break that tie and now lead by 7. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. He'll bring it out from a couple yards deep. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. He's going to loft one deep to the left. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection. That throw intended for Drake London. So it's 2nd down coming up. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. On 2nd and 10, Cousins again. He's trying to go deep again. Big gain downfield. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
1st and 10. Here's Cousins. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. Timeout called by Atlanta. That's going to be at 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
You know what I call that, Kate? Punch, and you took a punch, but then you countered right back. You give up a big play, massive play, but you don't hang your head. You come right back, you get a sack of your own, and you change the momentum as quickly as you can.
After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. He sends this one to the end zone, and the defender comes away with it. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders will take over as this gets brought out to the 20-yard line.
Come on, set.
Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line.
Set, go.
Back to throw now, it's Ritter. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Offense to the line for 2nd down.
Ready. Set, cut.
Another try following the sack. He gets this to Michael Mayer. And he gets him around 6 there. Jesse Bates getting up for the stop that time. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11.
Here we go. Hut, hut.
Ritter. He's on the move. And that one is incomplete, and the clock stops with 18 seconds to go. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And now they're staring at 4th and long. Now the Raiders readying for the punt, and they'll turn to former All-Pro A.J. Cole for the kick. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return. We don't get a return out of that punt. And they'll take over with minimal time remaining in the half. First and 10, but only time left for maybe a couple of plays here. Looking to throw. Finds his target, Robinson. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down, and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Cousins out of the pistol here. That throw behind his intended target.
Defense all over that throw. You could just smell it. They just smelled that football coming their way, and that's as good as an incompletion. And they're going to be in a good spot. Second down coming up.
Throwing again on second and 10. Cousins has him on the quick hitter. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Throwing off the play fake here. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Looking for his wide receiver there. So it's going to be 4th and short.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Back to throw it. That one's complete to London. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. That was the biggest 3-yard gain you're going to see because instead of a turnover on downs, Brock, it gets them a first. Now Cousins again. Throw reeled in by London. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Jack Jones making that tackle.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 46. Dump off caught by his back. And he's able to cross midfield before going out.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. A give to Algier on the inside handoff. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Working from the gun, it's Cousins. This ball's caught by Algier. Give him 13 on that play. And the Falcons will have a first.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. They send a tight end in motion. Here's Algier on 1st down. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards. Well, the defense is really buckled down. That was a scoreless third quarter for us. It's Falcons football. A nice little help for them as they trail entering the quarter. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Out of the gun, Cousins. Has it at the 7. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. From the red zone now. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. A close game is going to stay close, Brock, so long as plays like that are being made in big situations.
Yeah, in these tight games, you got to have your defense making plays just like that in the red zone. Here we got a defender in particular coming through with a big hit to keep points off the board.
Shotgun snap now to Cousins. And they will score. It's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons now trail by just a point in the 4th. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. So here we go. The Falcons lining up for a big 2-point conversion attempt. He's throwing for it. And he's into the end zone, so that turns out to be a very smart risk. They've got the lead in this 4th quarter. Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. Abdullah now to return. He stopped on the return at the 27. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Trouble, 38.
Ritter looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
The best defensive ends in the NFL, they don't need to win sustained battles to get home. Nope. Sometimes, Kate, all they need is one quick move, and they're into the backfield blowing it up.
Trying again following the sack. Forced out to his right. Catch is made down the right sideline. They got 24 yards on the play. And that's good for a Raiders first.
Wow, certainly found the weak spot in the coverage with that catch. Really goes to show They trust every single player, receiver, running back, in that case, tight end, to be a playmaker in this offense.
Here we go. Set.
They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for them. We've got 1st and 10.
Set.
That's incomplete, trying to set up the screen there. Lucky that didn't end as an interception. And it sets up 2nd down.
You feeling lucky? Well, do you? Well, he should, because the quarterback got away with one right there. That was an easy pick dropped by the defense.
Set. Ready. Ready.
2nd and 10 now. That one's on the mark. Jacoby Myers. And they make the tackle at the 38. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's a Vegas 1st down.
Time and again, receivers will tell their quarterbacks, just give me a chance. Just give me a chance. Just throw it up and give me the opportunity. Well, in this case, with even 2 defenders trying to cover that wide receiver, couldn't get it done.
We're down to the 2-minute warning here in Vegas. Raiders down by only 1. New set of downs for him at the 38.
Down.
Motioning one of the tight ends.
Ready.
Here's Madison. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. 1st down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run,
Ready, set.
you can be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
Here we go. Ready.
Back to throw. This ball's cut by Bowers. And he's got it down to the 30 before going out.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
Let's go. Ready.
Here he is to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10.
3. Let's go now.
Inside handoff goes to Madison. And he'll only find 1 yard up the gut. 2nd down. Timeout called by Atlanta. That's going to be at 2nd. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
He'll get this one to Madison. And this one doesn't go far.
You know, you compare and contrast stats over the decades, Kate. One thing you see is the completion percentages are through the roof. In this day and age, compared to the 60s and the 70s, a big reason is just completions like that. Utilizing every one of your eligible receivers that time, a running back in the flat.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7.
Ready, ready. Set, go.
Now to throw. That throw's knocked away and incomplete. 4th down coming up.
I'll tell you what, Kate, that's a really nice play in coverage. That linebacker looking like a cornerback on that play. Perhaps those cover guys could take some notes on how to stay in position and, most importantly, swat that pass away.
Ready.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th.
Come on, set. Set, cut.
Throwing now. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. And the Falcons make the play that should win them.
Thank you, thank you. Fucking dumbass pussies. I swear.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Set to go, Younghoe Koo ready to do the honors. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned.
Last game, guys.
Welcome, football fans, to the birthplace of America, the city of brotherly love. The place where you'll find the best cheesesteak made in this country and some of the best football played inside of Lincoln Financial Field. Younghoe Koo has it all teed up. And away we go at the link. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. The drive begins with Henry. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up 2nd down.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Running once more with Henry. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down.
There's one thing I tell every player. There's a few things. Do not lag switch me because I will try. Do not try in these games. Don't lag switch me. Because then, you know what? I'll be reading your defense, and I'll be taking advantage. If you audible a lot defensively, take advantage for a big player touchdown. Do not lag switch me.
They send him left out of the slot. Now Jackson on third down. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And that leaves them with a decision to make on 4th and short. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers to talk.
Up to the races, middle of the field. He does it. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens take a 6-0 lead right away.
I got 200 plus megabytes, guys, per second, so.
A perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. On the return, it's Rondale Moore. And in great shape after that return. He's across the 35 before going out. The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10.
I still won't try like I do in tournaments, guys. You know that.
Play action now for Cousins. And his game will begin with an incomplete pass. That one intended for Drake London. And it's going to be 2nd down. Looking to throw, Cousins. Nabbed by Kyle Pitts. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains. New set of downs for him from the 46.
Hey, Ringo, 48. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Where's that?
They fake the handoff. Now Cousins. Pass is caught. That's Darnell Mooney. And he's a yard or two shy of the 30 before going out. They've got 1st down from the 31.
3 reads or more.
Now a handoff to Algier. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
From the 28. It's into the hands of Mooney. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Throwing now off play action. Finds a man right side. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains.
I tell every player, you want me to play stupid, and that's what I will do if you don't lag switch me. I do not try, I do not match up defensively, no strategy behind anything I do. If you don't lag switch me, if you don't act cocky or lag switch me, you will get me playing stupid and you'll get what you want. A free victory.
Welcome back. Time for our 2nd quarter. The Falcons with a chance to score. 1st down throw for Cousins. Rolling left, buying some time. Into the hands of Pitts. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
And he's out of bounds at the 3. Nearly got to the end zone there.
I was going to say, guys, should I play like 99.9% of players? That's not really 99.9% of players. I don't see that many players use RPOs, but there's a lot of players who will do that like almost every play.
Going jumbo set on this 1st and goal. Now Cousins again. And that's complete in the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. The Falcons.
You know, like in years past, I would just freely like throw that, you know, guys. But let's say he uses somebody and backs somebody out, right? There's not many plays. First of all, there's that single back, right? With 3 tight ends. Like I said, there's no strategy behind anything I do. So if I'm under center, I'm not trying to get a 3 tight end advantage and run the ball. I don't run the ball. I'm one-dimensional. Okay, I go quick on offense and defense. So like I said, you will get me playing stupid if you don't do anything that I don't like. And like the reason what I said with that play is like, you know, you don't know how your opponent's going to play the first drive. You don't know if they play Fag D. I don't. You don't know if they use a rush. I don't. You don't know if they're going to match up and go goal line. I don't. You don't know if they're going to back somebody out to defend something. They might be somebody who reads a lot of offensive formations and plays like me, right? I don't need to do any of that anymore. But I'm just saying in the past, right? Years ago. If they know that's coming, which is very easy to know it's coming. I mean, you see that there's not many plays in any playbook that's going to give you that look. You know? Yeah, right? Look at that. Guys, they win a lot of games because it's what? R1, R1? You know? R1X. I coined the term Rexing, basically, years ago. Don't know if anybody has ever heard that, but it's R1, R1, R1X. Right, guys? I get safeties, I get pick sixes in their own end. I get picks in the goal line red zone at times because they want to roll out. And I even have players saying, what the fuck's wrong with my offensive line? Like, seriously? I'm not saying everybody who constantly gets sacked, right? I have somebody constantly gets sacked like 7 to 10 times a game because of this, right? And it really limits them offensively. You know? So defensively, I don't blitz, right? Don't really blitz. It's not for my benefit, it's for their benefit, right? Very easy, guys, like I said, when you're facing a cover 4.
Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs. It's the 2-minute warning now from the link. It's the Ravens.
But like, what do I say, guys? Like, the average man player, run the ball, play action, bootleg, RPO, levels, drive, mesh, spread you out. Right? I never use a scheme, but I'm saying these players that do, right? Everybody else that does, they base it around 1 or 2 reads. That's it. 1 or 2 reads. And then if they know they are weak, offensively or somewhere, what did I do? Like I said, nothing against, you know, nothing against taking advantage. You know, some players will know they have a disadvantage with a bad O-line. They'll go nothing with running the ball, RPOs, play action. Like I said, it's smart. But there's nothing on the line here. You know what I mean? There's nothing on the line. And players tell me, well, are we not playing competitively? No, not in my book. We're not. Nothing's on the line. I cared about everything back in the day. I cared about rushing yards. If I averaged like, you know, 30 rushing yards, a game like I do now still back then too, right? Because I didn't run the ball. I try to get like 150 plus, right? If I, if I'm close to a certain, if I was close to a certain average passing yards, same thing, right? I'd be playing a certain way, so if I needed like a little more on average rushing it, I'd lose the game because I was mostly rushing the ball. Same thing with passing the ball, right? Can't play like that, right? So trying to get stats, trying to go on winning streaks, like for what? I just had a 14-game winning streak. I don't care. I'm not trying to win games in these games. You know? Wow. Oh my God. Like he must be, like I said, guys, I never ever in my career playing any online game, any game, have said somebody sucks. Whether I'm playing next to somebody, you know what I mean, in the same room, or playing online, nobody sucks, nobody's trash. There's levels to it. There's experience and there's levels. Yep. Of course. And I don't say I don't go goal line or whatever for my own benefit. I don't do it for their benefit too. You know? I tell players everything I don't do. No tight end attack, no PA crossers. I'm one-dimensional. I run the ball. I don't run the ball. No RPOs, very rarely. No stretches, tosses. They're like, oh, you're probably not winning games, limiting yourself. So I win 7+ games out of 10. Not bad. Yeah, look at that bullshit. Right. I have nothing against like the defended pass. But then what happens, right? You never see that in real life, ever. Or it tips it up, or my guy drops it, and somehow instead of falling to the ground, it gets popped up in the air. Make it make sense. Should never have a chance for a pick.
Throwing from near his own goal line. Buys time, rolling right.
Took it away. I could have thrown it. But you know what my biggest pet peeve is in Madden the last few years? I don't know how Madden 26 is. You know, I won't buy that. Like I said, I'm skipping out on that. I don't care if it's $1. I'm skipping on it. Well, look at me playing like this is what players do, right? I'm going quick, so they're giving me garbage. They're giving me what Madden players do, right? Garbage. And you guys, just because you're watching or you're my subscribers or watchers, don't think that you're not in this too. I'm judging everybody.
Putting the tight end in motion. 1st and 10. Here's Cousins. That one is incomplete.
See, I call those, like I said, players want 1 or 2 reads. They want freebies. They want free releases. See?
So that brings up 2nd down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that.
And in the half, you put quarters 3 deep. It's just a situation, right? Example, quarters 3 deep. What do they do? They look for 1 or 2 reads, and they look for free releases, right? Wide open, deep pose, you know, shit over the ball.
Working from the gun, it's Cousins. Toward the sideline, and he's got it.
4-3.
And he gets it up across the 30 before going out. They'll get 14 yards and a new set.
Players might think like, I'll even say you can have 8+ reads on a play. Well, how? There's only like 3-4 eligible receivers on the play, right? If you block like somebody or whatever. It does not matter. If you go off something and come back to it, that counts as 2 reads.
Shotgun snap now to Cousins.
They didn't even know what the routes were, like I said. And he like switched me again. I'm still not taking advantage of him. He's smart. He's doing it sparingly. Lag switching sparingly. So that way because, you know, I have like ADD. I won't remember shit. I will not remember what my opponent did on defense or on offense. But I'm not trying to, you know, whatchamacallit. I don't study my opponent's tendencies. I don't have any strategy in these games. I don't game plan for any offensive player, defensive player. Like I said, don't study any tendencies. No strategy behind anything I do. I just pick a play and run it. Most of the time, I'm not reading defense and I'm not doing my blocking adjustments. So I tell every player, take advantage.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Chase down to his right.
I'll throw it because, you know, it's a penalty on him.
As this play winds up out of bounds, let's see what that flag is all about.
Normally, I don't accept penalties.
That one was on their defense.
No matter what. I was gonna try to get that one, but that time declined that one. I thought they meant, obviously, you know, if you accept the penalty, you're basically only getting where the contact was, you know. And if you declining it would have, declining it would have, you know, kept the play, whatever you got, whatever yards you got.
Here's Cousins now. Oh, put some heat on this deep ball. That's complete inside.
Right there, guys. If you just run out of bounds as soon as you get the ball, right? You're stopped in bounds. You only got, you know, let's say I had no timeout. You're getting stopped right before getting out of bounds. I come down more because I know he's going to miss the tackle. I get out of bounds. Right? Let's just say I had no timeouts. Half's over. Now we're stealing points.
You set it down, score him at the 38.
It's about time management, situational football, you know, playing it down a distance.
Slot man in motion left.
And when we're doing that, okay. Like I said, that's a play. It's either a throwaway or, you know, 50-50, and I get it there for better field goal range, or it misses a tackle and I run it in, you know. A lot of shit.
Unfortunately, he just couldn't quite hang on.
And that's what I mean when I say there's, you know, a lot to it. Yeah, I missed it. There's times where I'll have the same exact, like, whatchamacallit, kick like that, right? And it'll be perfectly in the middle. Like, make that make sense, right? Yeah, and like I said back in the day, a few years ago, I would always receive the ball first, so they would get it in the second half. And the reason for that was, like I said, I don't take shit seriously, right? So I was like, okay, maybe if I received the ball, I'd start taking shit seriously. No, you know, that didn't work either. And players think like, oh, you talking shit saying you're not trying. Really? Why would I not fucking try? What the hell would be the point of playing? All right. Why the fuck would I get on here not trying on purpose? Right?
They're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels, and right now is the best chance to go push that.
Compared to my tournaments, I'm not trying. I'm not willing to do all that shit. If there ain't money in the line, I'm not willing to do any shit. Congratulations if you win. Sorry, just not. You got players out here, like I said, tryhards. Nothing on the line. What? Some mutt coins? Some mutt packs? Out of here. Yeah. Usually only the, you know, screener hits is wide open. But players would just think that, right? It's like, oh, I'm going to that hitch. I'm going to that screen, right? Every single time. No, evolution. You read everything out first. You got time to hit that. All right? That's why I have no respect for these fucking players. Because I used to be them. But, hey, evolution. Never used to be them. Never played like them. I'm just saying, when it comes to certain things, going through your reads and shit. But when it comes, you want to be unstoppable. Learn to play the game the right way. Right? Stop this whole shit with basing your offense with one of fucking two reads. Like, You know, right there, I'm not reading the play. People say, "Oh, you're a bad winner and a sore loser." Wonder why. I don't try to get my ass beat by anybody. A noob, like I said, their mother and their mother's mother, anybody. Don't give it to me. Wow, dude. What the fuck? I mean, hey, I'm used to playing with backups, so I don't get that shit. That guy was beat off. That guy was beat up like fucking at the line like I never seen that shit. Especially from him. Like, another thing, make sense. Fuck. I'll say it like it is. I'm not biased. A lot of shit on that. First of all, fourth read, right? I'm not staring that shit down and hoping they don't have somebody in the middle, right? Evolution. Fourth fucking read. You don't have to go through every single individual read. You can make it easy and read space, too. You can make it easy and read, like, let's say it's a 3x1, right? You're reading what the first initial movements from the defenders. If they're chasing, you go to the man beating route, right? If they're playing it pretty good, you know, and you can't really high-low, you go to another read. You know what I mean? I mean, it's that fucking easy. It's not advanced, guys. Shit. It only feels like it's advanced because you're not used to it. Make the game easy. Yeah, he's just trolling now, like I said. But you know what I mean? That's what they do when they start losing. They start trolling. Pretend like they don't care. One, they try to have fun having an elite defense with an elite mobile quarterback, an elite running back, an elite tight end, and then fast wide receivers and possession receivers, like everything across the board. Pretty good offensive line, some a little shaky, and you know, one or two offensive linemen, but you know, make up for that. But you know, for the most part, elite offense, elite defense, right? And they want to do that to have fun, right? Nothing against that, but I'm just saying, when you keep relying on that shit, you know. I played with the worst teams and beat the best, and with backups. Try playing with the worst teams. Try playing with backups. Try playing with punters at quarterback. Try playing with punters. I had so many mirror matches. You know, they had the Dolphins, right? And they had all their starters, right? I had the Dolphins. I took Tyreek Hill out when they had him. I mean, they always had him, but I'm saying, like, took Tyreek Hill out, took Waddle out. What was I left down to? No, I kept Waddle, but... Or there was times where I had Robbie chosen because they had basically Tyreek Hill at the time, Waddle, and Chosen, right? Guys that had 95-plus speed. 3 guys, right? Took 2 of them out, put Chosen at, like, number 2, and just put, like, you know, their number 3 at, number 1 or whatever. Don't really care about outside guys, you know. Every now and then, it depends. 50-50 balls, you know, certain routes, whatever. When they go zone, you know. I like it. Yeah, you almost scored a touchdown, guys, in a lucky play. Back in the day, you could literally wreck and cover the screen. You didn't have to even do anything. And now you can't even hold triangle because you'll jump too and miss covering the screen. I tell players, take advantage. One of the ways you can take advantage against me, like I said, is just try to play, you know, like 2 steps ahead. Try to be 2 steps ahead because you know I'm not going to match up. It's, you know, I'm basically picking my play on defense before they even pick their play on offense. So, you know what I mean? I'm not even accounting the distance. He could be at the 1-yard line and I could give him dime. You know what I mean? Don't really matter. Just like this. Like I said. And it wouldn't matter where he is on the field, what the situation is. And then you have players, no matter what I say, it's like, ha ha, ha ha, I won, you lost, ha ha. Right? That's what I say, be fucking respectful. You don't know, like 9 times at this point, it's like every fucking player. I don't know why they do this. They fuck around with their extra points. They fuck around with their extra points. There's even players who will, like when you're kicking off to them, there's even players who will dance in their own fucking end zone. Like, what the fuck? We just started. Seriously? Are you trying to get in my head? You ain't getting in my head with that. Pissing me off. You don't want to piss me off. I still haven't tried in this game. I still haven't not even angry, to be honest. It's just sometimes I am. A lot of players can't play angry. When I'm angry, I play smart. You don't want me to fucking be angry. So.
Second down now, 7 to go. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Defender arrives.
I was gonna say, ain't no way he's catching that. And I go off of it. Because I don't want to take an out route, right? So I go off of it. Everything else looks covered, so I go back to it. You know, so that was like a 5th read right there. Yeah, see, playing lazy. 3rd read, but, you know, I'm thinking he can beat him. Top of his route. They look good. Drake London, too. I mean, Drake London, Wiggins. Come on. I mean, I'm sure in Madden 26, I'm pretty sure he's got a good overall, but here he's got like a low 70, maybe mid 70. I know he's 70s. And people would tell me too, like, oh yeah, right, you're not trying, so you're undefeated in tournaments, but you somehow can't stop players in these games. Bro, I'm not trying. I'm not even going to waste time having gap control. You know what I mean? That's on him for keeping the same play and not doing something different. I mean, he could have a touchdown. He could have ran it differently. He could have went to another run. He could have went to an RPO. He could do something else. Like I said, it's on them. See, good play. There you go. That's how I want them to play. And people are like, oh, well, stop telling people how to play. I say that whether they pick a good play or a bad play. I'm a fucking real one. That's how I want the game to be played, you know? I don't want people to just spam shit. Oh, I'm just going to try to stretch out. Well, as soon as I say that, he goes for a stretch. Right? One, that defense stops the stretch. Come on. This is what I'm talking about. I didn't even have to use her to stop that. It's a wide front. Speed on the edge. Wide front. You go with like a stretch, but cut it inside, you got a touchdown. And it's not even a 50-50 thing. It's like, you know, when I'm using 3-3-5 penny, you know, you have a big spread front. And all you got to do is call a stretch run and cut it inside every single time. You got big fucking plays every single time. The only way I'd be able to stop it is if I'm lucky. Is there any reason to pick this formation, guys? Is there any reason at all to pick this formation? No, it ain't going to stop the run or the pass. I'm literally just picking any play, like I said. This ain't stopping the run or the pass. Maybe it stops a play action. It ain't stopping a quick pass. It ain't stopping the run. As long as he don't keep a stretch, he's good. There you go, Parrell. And what do players usually say at this point? Ha ha ha, dumbass, pussy, bitch, right? Just be respectful. I'm letting them win. Be respectful. He didn't lag switch me. He got a free win. But instead of me having respect, it's the opposite. Instead of them giving me respect, it's the opposite. right? I don't know. Once again, make it make sense. They take it disrespectfully if you tell them. As soon as I message them, hey, I'm not trying, I take a screenshot of the game I'm playing. You know, I have a live stream, I'm taking a screenshot of that, right? The whole reason that I message everybody with that screenshot that I'm live, playing online, whatever, is so that they don't get a big head and start acting cocky, messing around with their extra point. It's not to like fucking get in their head or anything or act cocky myself. It's so that they don't, so that they realize I'm not trying, so don't get a big head. You know? Terrible play. So they should not allow you, right, to basically, once again, I'm not biased, they should not allow you to run out the tackle box and get back inside the tackle box and throw it away. That should not, whether it's in real life or, you know, in Madden, in a football game, they should not allow that. You run out of the tackle box, but you come back in and throw the ball away. That should be intentional ground. It should be. I don't know why it's not. And I'm being honest. Right there, I didn't know which move to make. I was trying to double juke inside, but you know.
You'll hear defensive coaches all the time really ask their players to pull the trigger. Read, react, diagnose, and when you see it, go fire away. And that's exactly what the defense does to take away that screen.
First initial movements, guys. I mean, it's not a good play call when you need 10 yards, but I'm saying, like, you just read the one side. For example, you saw his first initial movements was going to play back deep. Boom. You know? That easy. Yep. Oh, you suck, you're trash.
So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
It's a matchup. Fifth read on the play. Players are not doing that. Players are sticking onto those wheels. Yeah, if I stick onto that wheel, maybe I have something late, like a 50-50 ball. But, you know, I don't want to keep doing that either.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming.
Just like what I want players to do, pick whatever play you want, but keep it if it's good, change it if it's not. Let's play smart. I don't care what the fuck you do. Check into an RPO after reading the defense. You know? Check into a stretch after reading the defense. Keep the stretch if it's good. You have players like going to a fucking draw play on like 3rd and 20 just because, you know, they think they're going to catch their opponent like, you know, with a draw play. You know what I mean? Teams in real life do that shit too. Well, no, make it, go to it. What happens? You go to it when it's actually favorable. Let's say they go to a draw play against 3-3-5 Penny on 3rd and 20, right? Then what?
His kick is good at the ends, but boy, Brock, we might see some words exchanged at midfield here as they add 3 to the win as time expires. So it ends as a win for the Ravens. Well, you win, Brock, you get to celebrate. You lose, it's all about diagnosing the root causes of it quickly and then moving on.
You know, Kate, in Super Bowl 57, I thought Jalen Hurts totally nailed it. So spot on with it.